Today guys, we're going to talk about a couple of O2 sensors and why they need to be replaced. These are a serviceable item. There are a couple of different styles and types and how many are actually on the vehicle. You'll have anything from 1 to 4 O2 sensors depending on what make and model you have. Now, most O2 sensors will either be a 2, a 3 or a 4 wire system. Now the 2 wires are normally every 50,000 Ks you need to get these serviced. The 4 or 3 wires up to 80,000 Ks, but just always double check your manufacturer's specs on when they do need to be serviced. The reason you will service these things, either one, an engine light will come up on your vehicle saying that it needs to be replaced. Secondly, you'll notice loss of power, poor fuel consumption and anything like that. So if you start noticing these things in your vehicle, you more than likely need to replace your O2 sensors. If you don't replace your O2 sensors, you will obviously, once again, use too much fuel and have possible that you will damage other components in your vehicle like your catalytic converter and stuff like that. So we sell this offset O2 sensor wrench online there at Online Auto Parts. Makes this job a lot easier to try and get into these little tricky positions to get these O2 sensors out. Good thing about the O2 sensor remover, it has a slot. Now that there gets into the wires and gets you all the way down so you can get on that O2 sensor nicely and get it undone. So we'll go around to the car and I'll show you how to remove one. Alright, so what you do is want to follow this wires up, locate the plug, unplug that. Always make sure your vehicle is turned off and not on accessories or anything like that. Put that up over that. And sometimes they are going to be very tight to get out because they are a part of the exhaust system getting hot and cold and with condensation. So undo that. Slip that off. Just like so. With the new O2 sensors, most of them will have a little cover and a little bit of grease, which is like an anti-seize on that thread. Some other brand of O2 sensors will come with a little sachet of grease. Make sure you always use that up on that thread there. Very simple process. You're going to screw it all the way back in. Use your O2 sensor tool again and always tighten them up to manufacturer specifications. Again, follow your wires back up. Always take note if it clips into anything, you want to keep these wires away from the exhaust system. You damage any of these wires, the O2 sensors, and it's not going to read anything. Just like so. Another good tip with doing this, you always want to do it when the exhaust is nice and cold. You've got to get your hands up in there, you don't want to get burnt. So you always find on this car, on the Ford Territory, there's 2 O2 sensors. There's one pre-cap and one post-cap. On a Commodore there's 4, there's 2 post and 2 pre. I hope this helps, and you'll find all these parts and tools on onlineautoparts.com.au. So when you finish fitting your O2 sensors, if you've had an engine light on previous to servicing your O2 sensors, you'll need to get a little code reader or just seek a mechanic or local workshop and they'll be able to read the codes and clear them for you. So fairly simple, you can buy these code readers online fairly cheap. So you want to clear any codes and then you're going to have to take the car for an extensive test drive. This might take a couple of days. What that does is the computer needs to relearn the new O2 sensors and all the readings and then adjust its fuel mapping and everything like that. So you might find it a bit sluggish to start with. A good extensive test drive and then it should read and run fine for you. So just clear these codes and then I'm off for a test drive.